Jean-Jacques Rousseau, The Social Contract. Dive into the depths of political philosophy with Jean-Jacques Rousseau's The Social Contract, a seminal piece questioning the legitimacy and necessity of authority within society. In this powerful and thought-provoking work, Rousseau tackles concepts such as natural and civil freedom, the basis of legitimate power, and the relationship between rulers and the people. As you delve into this summary, you will discover Rousseau's idea of the social contract, a concept that asserts that states acquire legitimacy only when their citizens consent to live in them. Witness how he explores different forms of government, democracy, aristocracy, and monarchy, ultimately advocating aristocracy based on merit. Learn about the importance of promoting civic virtues through state-sponsored religion to ensure the unity and integrity of the social body.
Legitimacy of political authority. The Social Contract by Rousseau explores what gives rulers the right to limit the freedom of their subjects. The book argues that political authority is only legitimate when citizens willingly consent to live in it. Rousseau rejects the idea that rulers are superior to their subjects or most powerful. Instead, he proposes the concept of a social contract, where people submit to the authority for mutual benefit, greater peace, security, and prosperity. The laws and conventions enforced on people by society restrict their freedom, and if people obey rulers only because they're forced to, they have no choice in the matter, and therefore don't possess the freedom to submit willingly. Rousseau's insights on human nature. Rousseau's book explores the concept of humans living in a state of nature before forming communities and entering a social contract. In this state, humans possessed natural freedom, making them free to act on any impulse. Upon entering a social contract, humans gave up some of their natural freedom for civil freedom to enjoy the benefits of living in a community. Rousseau argued that the institution of law marked the beginning of human rationality and morality. This is because humans were forced to control their actions and consider the consequences for others. The key message of his book is that humans only achieve their potential under the rule of law. Living in a society causes a split consciousness, whereby individuals have personal desires and interests, but also possess obligations to others and to the common good. Rousseau characterizes society as having a will of its own, known as the general will, making society a collective person and the sovereign. Rousseau's theory of sovereignty. In his theory, Rousseau reverses the traditional idea of sovereignty by asserting that the true source of authority in society is the social contract, which is an expression of the general will of the people. This means that in an ideal state, all laws governing the citizens would have their consent because it is in their best interest to live under them. For Rousseau, any state ruled by the people is a republic, and all legitimate states are republican. He also emphasizes the separation of the sovereign from the government as it reduces conflicts of interest. The advantages of aristocracy. Governments fall under a spectrum of democratic, aristocratic, and monarchy types. While many states have mixed forms of government, Rousseau argues that aristocracy offers the most advantages. Democracy can only work in very small states, and monarchies can be dangerous if the monarch is corrupt or incompetent. In contrast, aristocracy, meaning rule by the best, elected on the basis of merit, ensures competent leaders are at the helm. The importance of citizen engagement. The role of popular assemblies in ensuring a functional social contract and preventing government abuse is emphasized in Rousseau's political philosophy. Rousseau's political philosophy emphasizes the importance of citizen engagement in maintaining a healthy social contract. The idea is that whichever form of government a state adopts, it is ultimately accountable to the people. The sovereign determines the laws that the government should implement, while the government ensures that the people abide by the law. The sovereign and the government complement each other by separating and balancing power. However, in practice, this balance is more like a rivalry between the government and the people. There is always the temptation for government officials to abuse their power for personal gain. Therefore, the people need to frequently evaluate their government to ensure that it is still working on behalf of the general will. The best way to achieve this is for citizens to regularly meet together in democratic assemblies. Rousseau asserts that popular assemblies are the most effective way to communicate the general will. When assembled, citizens can propose, discuss, and vote on new laws and assess the performance and legitimacy of the government. The Roman Republic is a precedent for such assemblies, where hundreds of thousands of citizens participated in public comitia almost every week. In conclusion, citizen engagement is crucial in preventing government abuse and ensuring a functional social contract. Rousseau's concept of democratic assemblies emphasizes the power of the masses in preventing government corruption and ensuring the protection of individual rights. State religion for civic virtues. Civic virtues are essential qualities that make an individual a good citizen, including voting, obeying laws, and taking an interest in the community. Rousseau believed that a state religion is necessary to promote these values. The rise of Christianity created a separation of church and state, leading to a division of power that detracts from civic virtues. State-sponsored religion with basic dogmas such as valuing liberty and equality above all else would encourage people to be better citizens. Civic virtues are crucial in maintaining the unity and integrity of the social body. When people prioritize personal interests over the common good due to a loss of social responsibility, political factions emerge, dividing the state. Rousseau believed that promoting civic virtues is the state's interest and that this can be achieved by establishing a state religion. Christianity's rise led to a separation of church and state, creating an awkward division of power. Religion and national identity were inseparable in most ancient cultures, explaining the origin of nations and cementing people together. However, Christianity was evangelical and had a diverse membership with no cultural ties bonding its members, allowing the church and state to be seen as distinct entities. Rousseau believed that Christianity detracts from civic virtues and promotes indifference toward public affairs. He proposed reinvigorating state-sponsored religion, where people would be taught a civil religion with basic dogmas that encouraged them to be better citizens. The state should make itself a national religion with a few dogmas that include valuing liberty and equality above all else, believing that the law and constitution are sacrosanct. In conclusion, the promotion of civic virtues is vital for the unity and integrity of the state, and a state-sponsored religion is necessary to instill these values. Rousseau believed that a few basic dogmas promoting better citizenship are necessary for a national religion.
As we reach the end of Rousseau's The Social Contract, we carry with us the thought-provoking insights and reflections on political authority, the formation of legitimate states, and the necessity of the people's participation in governance. With an emphasis on the concept of the social contract, Rousseau argues that states can only be legitimate if their citizens freely consent to live in them. He further explores different types of government and proposes that merit-based aristocracy offers the best balance of efficiency and accountability. The book concludes, urging societies to promote civic virtues to maintain a strong foundation and unity among citizens. This timeless work remains a vital read for anyone interested in understanding the link between politics, society, and the individual.